Hey guys, welcome back to the Diabesties channel. And today we have a very special new series starting, and we're calling it DTalks December because I think we're all done. Like, it's been a year of madness. So we said December is time to detox completely. And this is going to be a series where we have some fun games, some fun chats with people in the type 1 diabetes hemisphere from all over the world. And what better way than to kick off this series with someone who needs no introduction, but he is the National Specialty Advisor for Diabetes in the NHS England. He is very involved in type 1 projects like Language Matters, Type 1 Comic, Getting It Right First Time, Super 6 Model, talking about diabetes. And he's a consultant in endocrinology and diabetes, Professor Partha Kar. First an applause.
Thank you. Very kind introduction. Thank you so much.
All right, so thank you so much for agreeing to do this with us. It's really nice to have you as our first guest. So first things first, tell us how the world of diabetes you think has changed with this pandemic, because I know you've been very involved with the coronavirus data and stuff like that.
I think for some people have gone ahead and learned new things at home. People have learned cooking, people have learned different tricks. But as time has gone on, there is a limit to how much you can learn and how much you can try and cheer yourself up. So plenty of reports of people really struggling. I think mental health has suffered for a lot of people. And I think the consistent message about diabetes, higher risk, COVID-19, you are at risk. And I think it does wear down a lot of people. So I think my advice to anybody with diabetes is, yes, you've got a higher risk, but that is not your fault. It's a pandemic. It's a virus we didn't know existed 2 years ago. It's here now, and that's what we've got. So focus on the modifiable factors as much as you can. And that's what I say to my own dad who's got type 2 diabetes. Try your best, focus on your best, try and enjoy your life. But he's 80, he's at high risk, but I'm not going to spend my time worrying him. He has got what he's got. But you focus on the modifiable, try and keep your glucose under control, try and keep the weight under control, which again, as somebody who doesn't have diabetes, it's easier said than done. But that would be my advice. Focus on the things you can do and don't worry too much about it, and watch as much Netflix as you
can. That's a good one. Netflix is always helpful over here. So if type 1 diabetes was a superhero?
I would say it's probably going to be the Incredible Hulk. I'll tell you why. Because it's the story of the Incredible Hulk. You get a superpower which you really didn't want, okay? And it's got a bad habit of trying to break off and give you really bad moments. And you spend the rest of your life, which is what happens in the comic. Bruce Banner spends the rest of his life trying to find the cure. But then as he starts looking for the cure, he starts to learn about living with what he's got, and then meets lots of other superheroes on the way. That, to me, type 1 diabetes is the perfect story of the Incredible Hulk.
I think that's awesome. Incredible Hulk. Yes. So you do a lot of work in type 2 and pituitary and hormones and whatever endocrinology has to offer. But I'm very curious to know, what sparked your interest in type 1 diabetes?
If you look at the data, surely type 1 data is nowhere near as good as type 2s in most areas. So it's an area to improve. And I think that's one of the reasons I have put a lot of time and effort trying to raise the profile and do things which people understand. And at least in the UK, what we've done is made it a very important part of the national discussion. Type 1 is as important. I've never said one is more important than the other. I always said they're as important as each other. And I think that's the important message.
Okay, if insulin was a superhero?
So that would be somebody like, I would say, Vision. Because he could practically raise people from the dead. He could save anything, very powerful, etc. So I think I would say most certainly that sort of power. I mean, one of the most powerful Avengers, and that's why. Life-saving.
Oh, life-saving for sure. I think we're very thankful that you keep talking about raising the profile, because I think that's something very important. So for people who are, let's say, all over the world who have type 1 diabetes, what would be your advice? How can they raise the profile in whatever capacity they can do?
So my advice to anybody with type 1 diabetes is, you can do a big thing, big splash. If you've got a platform, That's what a platform, use it. If you don't have a platform, not everybody has a platform, then you use your own circle and you spread the message, and you think about doing simple things like get the family around and have a fun chat about type 1 diabetes, make it fun, distribute the comic, talk about it, That's how education goes. That's how you spread things. You explain that to one of your uncles, he then talks to another person and goes, oh, actually, wasn't that what I heard? That's how you raise the profile.
But I would really want the subscribers of Diabesties to hear your basic understanding of what language matters is all about.
Yeah, so language matters, I think, normally tends to get very embroiled in this very simple and simplistic discussion of is it diabetic or is it a person with diabetes? It's not about that. It's about just having a conversation with people. I always say, is when you're seeing somebody whose condition you may not have, I think just be, have that degree of empathy when you have that conversation. Your conversation as a doctor should not start with, so how's your glucose? I think it should start, which is what we would say to everybody else, right? I think it needs to be, most of my consultations, if I'm very honest, are not about diabetes with my patients. It's about lots of other stuff.
1 second, I'm so sorry. 47. Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm very sure.
So I think from my point of view, it is about language matters is about that, having the basic knowledge and the basic stuff. We all assume that we do it very well. We don't. If you ask most clinicians, they will think that, our consultations are amazing. You just need to go and ask the patients they've seen. They will go like, it's a bit too rude, a bit too sharp and stuff. Time has moved on. Times have moved on. Doctors are supposed to be part of the journey. We don't know everything. And I think we should stop pretending we do. And I think that's the point of the language matters.
Never have I ever. We're going to play that game. And normally we would have a shot of something, but this is a family show. So we're going to keep it PG-13. So if you have done this, you just put like a thumbs up. And if you haven't done it, you do a thumbs down. Right? And I'm going to play this game with you. All right. Never have I ever checked my sugar. You have! Finger prick?
Yep.
Was it like a unicorn? Was it 100?
No, it was less than that actually.
Okay, alright. Never have I ever forgotten a patient's name.
Yeah, I've forgotten names. Yeah. I would have forgotten names. Yeah.
Never have I ever forgotten the brand name of insulin.
No, never.
What? Never. Yeah, you're so good with those names. And never have I ever been admitted to the hospital.
No, I have been admitted to the hospital.
Yeah? I think, once in your life, at least somebody. First, chotu sa little thing also.
I can tell you what it is. What it was, we were in Goa on a holiday and had lots and lots of shellfish and stuff. I just had really, really bad food poisoning. So, really bad.
So, I'm going to give a category and we have to go alternate and say one thing of that category until somebody runs out of ideas, which probably will be me. Okay, so the first category is hypo-tree. Juice.
Jelly baby.
Dextrose tablets.
Banana.
Honey.
Glucogel.
Glucose powder.
Plain simple mithai.
Okay, I give you that one. Alright, I think you're going to win in this. But types of insulin. Rapid acting.
Mixed insulin.
Glargine.
Detamir.
Short acting.
Egludec.
Okay, I give up. Because I told you, these guys know. Okay, Marvel superheroes.
Black Panther.
Iron Man.
Spider-Man.
Thor.
Vision.
Captain America.
Scarlet Witch.
Hawkeye.
Captain Marvel.
What is Guardian of the Galaxy dude? That one. That one.
That one.
Okay, I give you that also. And if you were a superhero?
Nick Fury. Always. The aim of a clinician is to get lots of superpowered people together.
Alright, thank you so much. That was super fun. And just last take-home messages for the type 1s, families, everyone who's watching.
So I think if you are, wherever you are, especially if you're in India, I think what I would say is that times are changing. I think there's lots of good people living with type 1 diabetes, people who are clinicians who are working quite hard. Don't give up hope. Keep the faith, as I keep on saying, is that reach out to people you want to. There is no lack of people who want to help. And I know some days it might find, life might seem like it sucks, etc., etc. Reach out to people. Try and take a break. I know you can't take a break from your insulin and everything, but probably try and take a break from all the negativity around. But because good work is all going around. And the final word is, from the UK, the vaccine is certainly here. So if 2020 was a bad year, 2021 promises to be much better. So looking forward to that.
Be type
of a kind.
Thank you so much.